Nnenna Elendu, Ukeje, member representing Bende Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm from Abia State. Initially, Mr. Speaker, when I read, of course, I stand to speak to the general principles of this bill. Initially, I was a little skeptical about it, and so I wanted to look at the functions of the National Boundary Commission to find out whether there was actually any need for this amendment. Now, having looked at the functions of the National Boundary Commission, it says delimit boundaries. However, what this amendment seeks to do is for there to be a periodic review of these delimitations as an amendment, and he wants it to be a further amendment to the bill, which he will call R. Mr. Speaker, the reason for that is that day in, day out, we come to the House of Representatives. Of course, there's the assumption that it should happen periodically. However, it does not happen periodically. And so that's the reason why we bring matters of urgent public importance on a regular basis, that there's border clashes between one community and the other community. What this seeks to do, as with all other advanced democracies, for instance, in the UK and in Australia, on a yearly basis, there is a review of the borders with a report that is submitted to Parliament yearly, so that the Parliament can look at flashpoints, possible flashpoints, recognize the areas where there's a possibility of border clashes. Because if these reports are done around the length and breadth, the local and international borders of our country, and it is submitted to Parliament on a yearly basis, Mr. Speaker, then we can assume areas where there will be possible conflict between the borders. I think what this bill seeks to do by that additional clause, to put a time frame, is just so that it helps the Boundary Commission do their work more effectively, and of course create an easier route for the people who oversight them to actually have records of what it is that they do. So, of course, while we know that the intent of the Boundary Commission is to do this, and we recognize that even within the Act it is aptly captured, I think what his amendment seeks to do is for us to ensure that they do it within a time frame, because this just makes it very elastic for them, with the results that there's hardly any delimitation or follow-up on boundary disputes. So I think this makes it tighter for them, it gives them little elbow room, and it makes them more efficient. I believe that that is the intent of this amendment, and to that end, I support it.